Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna let it rain. Tonight, we're gonna let it rain. Tonight, we're gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we're gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna let it rain. Tonight, we're gonna let it rain. Tonight, we're gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we're gonna let it rain.
I have a problem with this stuff being normalized across the spectrum, and specifically, like, why push this on kids? Why introduce this to kids?
I am a depraved wretch. I am a great sinner. I'm a worm, completely undeserving of any love or any grace. I'm nothing. I'm nothing.
You're incapable of being a good person. You're an evil person. You're a terrible person. At the core fabric of who you are. That's why we need laws. We need laws because we're bad people. All of us are bad people.
You can't spell Pride Month without demon. PRIDEMONTH.
If we don't know who the women are, because they are just people, then we won't be able to pull the women up to equality with men.
We have to try to limit the harm. And that means reducing or keeping down the number of people who transition. And that's for two reasons. One of them is that every one of those people is a person who's been damaged. But the second one is every one of those people is basically, you know, a huge problem to a sane world.
Transgenderism must be eradicated.
The LGBT, transgender, grooming our children's minds is a national security threat. We need to hold people for treason, start having some public hearings, and start executing people.
It was actually a tremendous blessing to these children for them to be killed and go to heaven and be with God.
I will use whatever gives me victory. I don't care about the truth, and I don't care about the law. I care about one thing: the control.
But then they rigged the election, and now we won, so I'm going to be your president.
Then what happened is they rigged the election, and I became president, so that was a good thing.
Stop letting people pressure you into thinking.
I want to be ignorant, honestly.
Being a Christian doesn't exclude us from experiencing spiritual dryness.
Hello, everyone. Happy Feminist Friday.
Hello.
And I hope you enjoyed that short video that was originally a supercut of apologists saying silly things and has kind of morphed into how Christian nationalism happened.
I'm still curious on how being trans equates to treason. I'm kind of interested in the logic behind that.
So I have to translate from stupid Kool-Aid drinker, but basically, God has set down the rules of how you have to live your life. And America, being a country whose constitution is basically the Bible in written form, it's not, but this is the apologetic. By being something other than what the Bible says you're allowed to be, you're committing treason against God and therefore treason against this great Christian nation or something. Basically.
And the funny thing is, one thing that I love from all the red hats is they like to throw around treason. Treason is not actually a crime right now because we're not at war. Officially, we have to be at war in order for it to be treason.
Well, you can betray the country. You can be a traitor.
Yeah, but like the actual, like the judicial crime of treason is not a thing right now. It's just like, oh God, guys.
Well, the fucked up thing is that the people who have actually committed factual treason against the United States, you know, legal maybe notwithstanding, but actually betrayed the country are the ones in the White House.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I thought we would we'd put that out there in the beginning because it's fucking important and it's the reason for a lot of the shit that we do here, whether it's countering pseudoscience like flat earth or transphobia or anti-vax. They're all the same conspiracy theory put out by the same right-wingers to distract you for political reasons. It's all a piece. It's all the same thing. It's all patriarchy. And that's what we're here to fight, especially today, which is why I'm in my punk princess outfit. I suppose actually Chris ended his show really early and I'm like, fuck, I need to throw something on. But you know, punk kind of works for today because, all right, before we get to the main event, we should do announcements as per usual. And today there is one announcement, and that is that tonight there's going to be a big old fundraiser over on the Skeptic Havens. If you're watching in the live chat or shortly after, and you can see the live chat replay, the pinned link at the top of the chat goes to the fundraiser stream. That'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern. Fuck ton of cool hosts. You know, Helen, of course, one of the organizers of the event. AJ, who's often over here with us. Ryan, who sometimes drops in. And of course, you know, so many cool people. Mark Reed, David Fitzgerald, Cam, Mandisa, like there's so many cool people. So I hope you check it out. Even if, like me, you're very poor and don't actually have funds, we can still watch, we can still share, we can especially share because it's not just a really cool entertainment thing, although I'm sure it will be that too, and also Halloween festivities. But there is actually a fundraiser part, and there are 3 beneficiaries this year. One of them goes is me, and I have such a hard time talking about myself in this respect. I made a video for Helen. Perhaps I will show you folks. It's like 4 minutes. It's much shorter than the other videos I've produced about this sort of thing because I have such a hard time talking about it. But the other 2 are Sadie, who is a host on Skeptic Haven. I don't know much about her. I haven't met her. Like, we were on a show together just last night over at Helen's, but I don't know her. But TLDR, she's been dealing with cancer and bullshit from insurance and doctors and so forth, trying to treat the cancer and other assorted things. And it's been really, really tough for her. And Cosmic Kyle, who is, a friend who pops in from time to time. He's a science friend. He's a space friend. He does all the astrophotography that, if you see astrophotography that isn't mine, it's usually his. He is very fucking good. Better than me, to be honest. And his photos just bring me so much peace and the sense of wonder about the universe. But I mean, there's a lot more to him than just his photos. I'm just throwing out stuff that you may recognize him by. Yeah. So I'll play the thing because it's.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to start out my day like this, but it's important to show people what the fundraiser is for, which is why I made the damn thing in the first place. So yeah, I'll do the thing. Baron, this is Helen because it's for the fundraiser tonight. Let me see. Is it okay? We're on screen. All right. It's very hard for me to talk about what happened, so I told Helen I'd send her a video I'd already made with a summary. It turns out that video was 20 minutes long, and that's a summary. There's quite a lot to tell. Not to worry, though. I've prepared this even more abridged version for you all for today. Just bear in mind, it is very abridged. My name is Ember, and I am, among other things, a woman of transgender experience. At this time last year, I was a CDL driver. I was forced out of that job because I am a trans person. But rather than just fire me, my employer identified a client that was particularly hostile, where I was threatened, harassed, and eventually abused, and subjected me to it with increasing frequency over the course of a year until the stress and worry of going there manifested physical symptoms. I need to be clear here. I wasn't just bullied. The HR people at this client company pulled me aside to tell me if I ever stepped into a blind spot where the security cameras couldn't see, the employees would attack and beat me because I am a trans person. Not might beat me, would. It was a threat from the HR people. My company was aware and made it clear they weren't going to remove me from that very hostile situation. To the contrary, they sent me there more and more often. I started to have stress cramps, panic attacks. Then I started to become ill on the way to that stop. Eventually, I started to vomit blood and wound up in the hospital. I lost my job and haven't been able to drive very far without incredible pain since. The hospital bills, the diagnostics, and specialists, and all the other medical care I've needed. Suffice it to say, I'm pretty screwed. I've got piles of medical bills and still need multiple surgeries to repair the damage. On top of that, I'm physically unable to work in a conventional sense, let alone drive as a job. I realize in hindsight I should have left a long while before it got so bad. Again, this is very abridged. I'm doing my best to earn income with online work, but even my best month so far hasn't. I'm trying to hang on, but I'm in quite a lot of trouble. I need help. I only just started to truly like being alive in the past couple of years. I'd really like to keep doing it for a bit longer. Thank you for being here tonight and listening to my story. I really hate having to keep revisiting that. Oh shit. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. I'm sorry. I'm bad at I'm flustered. Even the video recording of that is hard. But now we're done with it. Even if you don't feel anything towards me in particular, there's also Sadie and Kyle, and this fundraiser is really, really important. And
you're fantastic. The world is a better place with you in it. That's all there is to it. It's that simple.
Maybe.
No, maybe. It's that simple. The world is a better place with you in it. Point blank, period. That's it.
Wow.
It is. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. You know, I went through my stories, the Facebook, and I couldn't believe one of my statuses was not very nice towards trans people. It was when I was a Christian. I couldn't believe some of the things I was saying. I'm glad I've matured and I'm no longer that person anymore. But to think that I actually felt that way because I didn't understand the science and things like that, but it still didn't matter. I still was ignorant and dumb and stupid, but we don't.
That's the thing. That's one of the things we're here for, is like trying to help people deconstruct, but also to help people who are ignorant so they can stop hurting other people without realizing they're doing it.
I never
Like
thought
I've
about
heard
hurting
so many Christians
anybody.
say, I'm going to call you horrible names to try to force you to be who I think you should be because I love you and I want to save your magical soul.
No, that doesn't do anything.
And I mean, it's one of those things that I was talking to my best friend, who ironically also lives in Detroit, that I understand as a white cis woman. Like, I have a certain level of privilege that other people in my group don't. And it's even more important for me to speak out about this kind of stuff and tell people to knock it the hell off. Like, I have that to where I don't get quite as much backlash as I would in other situations. And it's just like, it baffles me that people are so damn ignorant and willfully ignorant at that.
Well, that's intentional. That's by design. The
Yeah, it's willful,
patriarchy
but
has
still.
determined it's useful for people to be stupid, and so has gone to great lengths to make people more stupid.
Yeah.
It's rough. But yeah, to borrow from Thanos, we need to use the patriarchy to destroy the patriarchy.
Yeah.
It's the only peaceful way to do it, is to work slowly within the existing system. You can make change quickly with a violent revolution, but then you're losing lives. And even if you make things better overall, it's never as good as it could have been if you'd done it without causing death and misery and suffering. And then you get the inevitable backlash of the people who don't like having been forced to go along with the thing. So it's sometimes it's necessary, but it's never the optimal solution.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Equidus wanted to see my shirt.
Oh, that's nice. I like it.
Mermaid time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing. That is so cool.
I love this shirt. It's
Yeah, I
got
love
dog
it
hair all
too.
over it, but like everything I wear
We
has.
can't see it on the camera though.
Yeah, well, all the dog hair comes from Pixie and Daisy. All the dog hair from Kip, of course, is like jet black, so you can't see it anyway. Until I throw stuff in the wash, and then you see how much there is, and it's kind of amazing.
Aunt Jer
She's
says
been a little
somebody's got the stream playing in the background. I was hearing that during the video
Oh, is that
section
me?
earlier.
I thought that might be me. Oh, that was me. It was I couldn't hear because I
I
had my
had it playing
earbuds
in the
in.
background, but I had it muted.
Yeah. Yeah, I usually do, and I guess I didn't push mute this time because I got my earbuds in, so I couldn't hear it. Yeah, that was definitely me. Okay, well that's fixed now.
Adventures in live broadcasting. Oh goodness, it's always something. It's always something. All right, on a slightly happier, and I have to say slightly happier because it's fucking horrible. The incels have discovered Schopenhauer. What the fuck is up with this? So let's I'll let it play and then we can start commentary.
Most men spend their lives confused, chasing love, validation, and happiness from women, only to end up heartbroken, used, or trapped.
Great start. Great start. Love to see it. Most men, I mean, first of all, this makes a strong argument to be gay. If you really believe that's a choice and you think women are evil, then just date men. Problem solved. Like, what the fuck? But
because it's always our fault.
most men wound up left and broken and confused and what? So, I mean, I do understand there are abusive women who do mistreat men, but the vast majority of the time, the man is doing that. Oh, nice guys finish, but he's not actually a nice guy, right?
Yeah.
This is the
Nice guy
the
TM.
massive projection of the narcissistic asshole who thinks nothing is his fault. This is a crime done to me by everyone else in my life, you know?
But 200 years ago, a philosopher named Arthur Schopenhauer exposed the raw truth about female nature. Truth so brutal, most men refuse to accept them.
It's so true. It's so true. People wouldn't even believe it because it was so true. So Schopenhauer was a philosopher.
I already have a feeling where this is going, and oh my god.
Yeah, it's like 200-year-old Victorian era pseudo-psychiatry. You know, now Schopenhauer was a philosopher, and like most philosophers, he made some good points. A lot of what he did was observe human behavior, which made him psychology adjacent because his focus was human behavior. But he wasn't a psychologist or a neurologist or an anthropologist. He was just a cynical jerk, and some of his observations were on point, but a lot of them were kind of out there. And also, the things that we're looking through several layers of distortion, right? We're not looking at Schopenhauer's original writings. We're looking at an AI bot's version of the incel edition of Jordan Peterson's misinterpretation of what Schopenhauer wrote, you know? So it's fun. Yeah, and Andrew says YouTube is doxing everyone again by displaying the account name and not their display name.
Yeah, they're doing that.
It's random. I don't know. There's no switch I have control of. Yesterday's show was normal. The damn show immediately before this was normal. But Helen's show last night was like this, and now this show's like this. And
it's always like this on Kip's channel. I don't know why.
It's completely random because like this show and yesterday's show I scheduled at the same time. So it's not even when you schedule the stream determines whether this thing is on or off. It just I don't know if YouTube knows what it's doing, but say love you.
I don't think they know.
By the end of this, you'll see exactly where you've been deceived and how to finally take back control.
Take back control. Poor men need to be liberated from the shackles of matriarchy.
Yes. The poor women who can't even control their own bodies.
I thought they had control anyway.
One at a time. I can't hear either
I'm
of you.
sorry.
When you both talk.
You go ahead, Lil.
Oh no, I just said for women who can't even control their own bodies, they just have to wrestle with the rest of that control.
That was basically what I was saying. Like, I thought men supposed to have control in the first place.
Literally, in my state, a corpse has more rights to their body than I do. Welcome to
In
Texas.
some states and some circumstances, it's fucking wild. But
Mhm.
also, I mean, you know, I love an awful AI voice coupled with an AI script, chef's kiss. But the AI generated Victorian era images with the stock video effects to make it look like old school film, even though it's colorized, but never mind.
Yeah.
I have the same effect to myself. It's just magnificent. It's everyone should take this super seriously. Shock and surprise, I'm sure. This channel has like 200,000 subscribers and this video has something like 1 million views. We're all trying way too hard.
Yeah.
Pay attention, because what you're about to hear isn't just controversial. It's the missing key most men will never grasp.
Now we're getting into the cult bullshit, and this is where the incels really get keyed, I suppose. Here's the secret knowledge that you'll never find from anyone else. It's a conspiracy, folks. The illusion of love. Why women don't feel what you feel. Women, we're uncaring monsters. We don't really love anyone. We just use men for whatever.
Yes, we're terrible, terrible people.
Yes, I don't even know why God made us.
Isn't it great how like they'll say, oh, women are, and I'm sure it will come up. I am sure it will come up. Women are emotional and don't use logic like men do. But at the same time, we're heartless and have no emotions.
The hilarious thing is I've been accused of the exact opposite of using logic too much and not thinking emotion and not like having the emotions to go with it. It's like pick a lane. Which one do you want?
Hellhound Hillbilly says there's a lot of masturbatory language in this script. And but also, if you want to masturbatory without a script and maybe get some better results, go to adamandeve.com and enter code word Brentley at checkout for 50% off almost any one item, 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. Still not my ad, still pirated, still fucking hilarious. I may have my own ad soon, though. Stay tuned.
I will become a pirate.
Avast, ye lubbers.
Schopenhauer didn't believe in fairy tales. He saw love for what it really is.
Yes, what he saw means that's what it really is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see fairy tales. Like I said, he was a kind of on the cynical side. So seeing it as dark does not mean that's what it actually is. That's just the dark like fucking hell.
Not a spiritual bond, not destiny, but a biological trick. A ruthless illusion designed.
What the fuck is up with this image?
I know, I was just thinking that. I was like, wait a second, what?
Like, that man's hat, is he standing in the pond with his hand on a disembodied head? Like, what the fuck is happening?
Figure that out.
I mean, it's sweet that there's butterflies all over the place, and a couple have landed on our, woman-ish figure. But like, why is there a head in the pond? And why is he standing?
Designed by nature for one purpose: reproduction. Here's the uncomfortable truth. When you feel that electric attraction, that obsessive desire, that conviction that she's the one, your brain isn't connecting with her soul. It's calculating.
So it's your brain that's calculating. Okay, so, it should go without saying, but considering we were just talking about how stupid the average American is by design, you don't actually have to love someone to fuck. You can fuck without that. Or you can love someone and not fuck. The two are not connected, or at least they don't have to be. Just putting that out there.
Subconsciously assessing fertility, genetic compatibility, survival advantages. And women? Their attraction works the same way, just with different priorities.
I love the broad brushing. all women think the same way, and we know what that is. It's this monocausal taxophilia thing, which is another. It's not unique to Americans, but it's really strong in Americans as compared to other countries. It's this love of single, simple causes. This every complex thing can be boiled down to just one cause, and I already know what it is. Also, as Aunt Drew points out, souls don't exist. But details.
Schopenhauer wrote, "Love is the ultimate goal of almost all human effort.
No, but go on.
It is more important than anything else in life." But he didn't mean that romantically. He meant it as a trap.
No, he meant it as an observation. He actually may have believed that. What he actually believed versus what he wrote, who's to say? But no, that's one of those things people say that you're supposed to just accept, but isn't actually demonstrable or falsifiable. Like you can point out exceptions that show that universal declarative is not true. You only need one aromantic person who does things specifically not for love to demonstrate that's not true. But because it's phrased in this generalizing way, and remember, people will believe any lie when given sufficient motivation. Either they want it to be true or they're afraid that it's true, among other things. And so when they're trying to do the confirmation bias, they're trying to believe the thing that you're presenting evidence is false, they'll just dismiss it and say, well, that's just a rare exception. But you're declaring a universal. One exception shows it's false. And there's lots of other exceptions too. That's just an extreme, obvious example. Fuck. No, not everything people... I don't play a video game because I want to impress my non-existent mate. You know, not everything we do is geared towards love. We do shit because we want to, or we think it's interesting, or we're curious, or whatever. Love is a component, especially when you're in a relationship, but it's not the ultimate goal of all human existence. Fuck that noise. I also love the genetic fitness sign. Amazing.
A fleeting chemical high that fades the moment it serves its purpose.
The clothing
Think
isn't
about
even
it.
right.
How many
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a few
like
anachronisms.
there's like three different eras that are like represented. Like I love English history for some strange reason, so like that kind of stuff annoys me. Gotta love AI.
It's amazing.
I'll be scared when they actually start getting it correct.
Well, it does keep getting better, to its credit. It's almost like, a small child that brings you a macaroni painting of a dinosaur, but with like 3 legs, and you're like, you're so close, buddy. Keep trying.
And 10 years later, they can render pretty much a photorealistic drawing. Like my son did that. It was crazy. It took him longer than 10 years, but yeah, he just kept drawing and got better and better and better. But yeah, at least right now it's pretty easy to tell it's AI.
It's in a way it masks it a little bit because it's done in this semi-impressionistic style, so it could pass for a painting. Photorealism, that's harder to do. But it's still, I'm just impressed that it got the letters to look like letters.
Yeah.
Like that's an
and an
achievement
actual
for
word.
AI.
An actual word, yeah.
men have destroyed themselves for a woman who later walked away without a second thought?
So there's the entitlement. Like, I get why so many grumpy men might feel that way, right? Because like in past relationships, when I feel love for somebody, I feel love for them the same way I feel love for my kids, and like there is almost nothing I wouldn't do for my kids.
Yeah.
Right. So when a partner is in trouble and needs help, even if it requires heroic levels of effort or sacrifice, I tend to just do it. I understand they do not owe me for that because that's part of how I conceptualize love. I don't attach strings to it, but I understand why a lot of men might feel like if you do something, a grand gesture type deal for your partner, they should owe you in some way. They should feel like,
Yeah,
they,
but
at least more loyal or something. But
yeah, but these are also the guys that think if they treat you out to dinner, they are entitled to sex. So it's like it's not just it's not just it's not just tit for tat. It's like, no, I buy you dinner, you're going to give me everything, or it's not fair. Like,
Yeah, I hate that conversation.
yeah, I
Shouldn't
have
be a thing.
unfortunately been out on a date with one guy like that, and he learned pretty damn quick that that was not going to fucking happen ever. But
I don't even go on dates no more because of it. I'm tired.
oh, this was so this was right after my first divorce, and I had moved back in with my mom and my dad. And the guy dropped me off at like 1 because we'd gone out. And anyway, he tries to follow me inside. I'm like, no, dude, like my family's here. No. He's like, oh, but you owe me, blah, 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 blah. My dad, he's a little bit shorter than me. He was kind of this big, pudgy guy, so he doesn't look like anything. But when he is angry, you stay out of his way. I have never seen him storm out of the house like that. And he put the fear of God into this dude. I'm just like, you don't mess with my dad. And yeah, it's just like
family. What did you think that meant?
Yeah. And like I've said, like I'm an only child. I was a total daddy's girl. Like he was super protective of me. Like he was not going to let guys mess with me at all. He had seen me get messed around by my ex-husband for 7 years. He's like, I'm not gonna allow that crap anymore. That ain't gonna happen. But yeah, apparently the dude moved like 2 months later to like another town because he didn't want to be here.
I gotta get out of here. Will's dad is angry.
I like to think I had something to do with it.
It's fucking wild, and it happens a lot. It happens the other way around too, but that's a whole other thing.
Oh,
like
women are
this show's
crazy.
only about an hour and a half. We don't have time to get
a
into
lot
all
of
that.
women are crazy, but yeah.
Let's Farm says fundraiser is tonight. Sure is. Link is pinned at the top of the chat. It's over on Skeptic Haven. Starts at 7 Eastern. The time is also pinned at the top of the chat because I can't keep time zones straight. Y'all are crazy with your time zones. Like, goodness.
I
don't
know, I'd
understand
be confused.
How many marriages crumble once the passion evaporates?
Fun fact, it's almost never the passion that ends the marriages because you can stay with someone as long as you still get along, you're still friends, you still enjoy each other's company, even if there isn't passion. I mean, ideally, you want to have passion, but it's usually the two leading causes of marriages ending are infidelity and finances. So,
Strangely enough, that was not the reason for either one of mine.
Maybe if they use Adam and Eve.
I just apparently have horrible taste in men. Better taste in women, but horrible taste in men.
Yeah. That's what I say. You know what? I give up.
You have to pick from the men around you, which tend to be Americans. Now, again, there are exceptions. There are really great men. They're just so hard to find in the United States.
And that's one thing that's one thing that my second husband kind of wrote me into is because he was this great guy, but then like a couple things happened within like a month span and his entire personality flipped. And it was like, okay, if I had any idea this was coming, there is no way I would have signed on to this. But it was just like, I've never seen someone flip like that. It was amazing.
Sometimes people do legitimately change. Like they grow and their personality moves and so on and so forth. But that's often when you see a dramatic change relatively early in the relationship, it's because they were acting before and then they
Yeah.
drop the act. They take the mask
Yeah.
off and reveal the real them because they think it's too late.
Yeah, this wasn't that because of I watched it happen in real time. I watched him go from like we were both pretty far left politically, but I watched him go pretty much all the way and boomerang around. And I was like, holy crap, dude. Like what the hell? But yeah, with him that was like one thing that wasn't the case. I think he just had too much crap that happened and had something psychotic go on. Like that's the only way I can explain it. It was crazy because I had known him for years before that, and he wasn't like that. So yeah, but I was just like, I'm not going to stay with this crap. There's just no way. I can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's this instinct, this tendency to be like, something happened. Can I help? Can I fix? Can I take care of this person? But at the same time, like you have to. It's the airplane thing, right? Like on an airplane, you have to put your oxygen mask on first, or you're not going to be any help to anybody else. You have to take care of you because all too often nobody else will. And if you don't have the capacity to take care of you and take care of this person who has suffered something and is lashing out at you because of it, they're going to have to find their help elsewhere.
That's not coincidence. It's nature's design.
It is culture, but go on.
Women don't choose men based on fairness, loyalty, or even logic. They follow an ancient selection program, hardwired to seek status, security, and genetic superiority.
So those are not ancient, those are social things. I mean, well, the genetic superiority depends on what you mean, but that's usually a social thing too. That's generally racial superiority kind of stuff. But all the other stuff, humans made it up. It's not genetic. It's not an ancient program, whatever. It's just duh.
A man's devotion means nothing if he can't provide these.
And we know that's not true because we have seen relationships where the woman makes more than the man in a hetero, regular, vanilla flavored relationship where, you know, the woman is the sugar mommy and the man is like loving, devoted, sweet, sings really well. There's something about him. There's an old idea that in every relationship someone is a reacher. They're reaching above their station and the other one is settling. But that's not really sustainable. Generally speaking, to have a relationship that's stable long term, you're actually on about the same level, but you're each going to excel at different things in different ways, hopefully in a complementary fashion. But whatever the case may be, the ideal relationship is where you both feel like you're the one the other settled for, where you not to put yourself down, but to feel like you're blessed with this other person's presence. How did I get so lucky? When you both feel that way. And that has nothing to do with money and status and power and bullshit, because that's not the person, you know?
Schopenhauer saw this clearly. Women are rarely guided by reason.
There we go. There it is. What did I say? We're at first we're cold, calculating, heartless monsters, but now no logic, no reason, no facts.
They are ruled by instinct and emotion.
Now it's all emotion.
They can even be somebody really hates women in this.
This is, I don't know if y'all can see, but this is 2.5 minutes in. Within 3 minutes, we're saying contradictory things. Like women are heartless. Now women are ruled by emotion. Amazing.
This isn't misogyny. It's observation.
Oh yes, of course. Of course.
I don't know how observation can be that inconsistent.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's confirmation bias. It's I'm looking for bits and pieces to verify what I already believe, and when I do, haha, I'm right. It's a tested hypothesis. It's scientific or something. But it's like you can't say sexist shit and then say, well, it's not sexist. It is sexist, even if it's true, but it's not true because you're generalizing to the entire sex. It's not true. It is sexist. Fuck. One thing that's not sexist. Lil of all trades sends a super chat for $2. Thank you, Lil. And says, early super chat yesterday. Take that, Spooky. Technically, the earliest one today, too. But thank you, Lil.
Look at dating apps, where 80% of women compete for the top 20% of men.
No, that is not at all how that works. So I can't speak to anybody else's dating apps, but like I haven't used dating apps really in years because it's just a sea of sausage assaulting you with constant hey, and nothing ever behind it. There's no personality. It's just RUDTF, you know? It's just hookups. Thousands of them every day. And I'm like, this is fucking pointless. But I came across an ad for one the other day that said this is a specifically LGBT friendly app. It's for LGBT people, only LGBT people. And I'm like, maybe I'll give it a try. So I set up my profile and I did like a basic quick job, like one picture and like 2 lines about myself and all that sort of stuff. And I get to preferences and I'm like, I'm still a little hesitant because I want to be able to talk to people and not get buried in a sea of sausage instantly. So I select, women, gender fluid, agender, etc. I specifically leave out men, not because I won't date a man, but because of what happens every time you even open the door a crack to men on a dating app. And as soon as I hit go, I mean, literally within seconds, I had 80 messages from men, only men, all saying, hey, with a different number of Y's.
But
my profile says specifically not men, and it's all men immediately. So the point is not that I'm like super desirable or something. It's that this idea that most women are competing for the top 20% of men. No, not even a little bit. What do you even mean by the top 20% of men? That's alpha male bullshit culture, like, but no, women by and large don't have to compete. Like there's 1,000 men for every single woman on every dating app ever, No, we just did. If all we're looking for, that's another thing is nobody goes on dating apps looking for a marriage partner because you're not going to find that needle in the haystack of douche canoes.
Which, and that's kind of why. Yeah, that's kind of why I'm not on dating apps. Like, I'm definitely not looking for a marriage partner, but it's like, I want a relationship before things get too crazy physical. It's just the way that I am. I prefer a relationship. Like, I want somebody that I have that kind of connection with first.
Yeah, that's my issue too. Like, in days gone by, I was very, very promiscuous, but it left me feeling hollow because there wasn't that connection.
Yeah.
And so now I'm just like not really interested unless I have that emotional connection.
Yeah.
I mean, sex is fine. It's nice, but like I've got other shit I'd rather do. TBH.
Yeah. Like the way how I always described it is it's nice, but it's a perk of the relationship. It should not be based on the relationship. The relationship should not be contingent on it. It is a perk. Like, but I mean, obviously that does not go for everybody. That just goes for me personally, but
I know. And Lawrence says I used Field now. because it's mostly hookups and everyone is usually a leftist. It's mostly a kink app, so it really just fits the profile. Okay, fair enough. You get mostly leftists and you get kinksters and things. That's fantastic. I've tried Christian dating apps because I've said before, I'm willing to overlook religion. I don't think religion is good for you, but you can be a good person and have religion. And I'm like, maybe these more conservative people will be like, oh, we should go on a couple of dates before we try to get busy, because what will Jesus think or whatever. Same thing. I mean, shock and surprise, it's all hypocrisy from the Christians too.
Yeah.
It's just instantly dozens and dozens of, hey, do you have a Catholic schoolgirl uniform? It's a fucking they're all so fucking gross. And not to kink shame. There's nothing wrong with sex. It's just, if your entire personality is just getting laid, that's kind of gross.
Yeah, because I always put down friendship, and then I get the comment. I still get the comments in there, like, when do you want to fuck? I don't want to say it like that, but that's what they say. And I be like, what the hell? They say nothing about that.
Yeah.
I'm human, so things could
Yeah.
happen, but
That's why I don't even
don't
bother.
just, yeah.
And it
Oh my
amazes me.
God.
Like, I have not been on my Facebook in any regular capacity in probably well over 10 years. And it's amazing at how many messages I still get over there from like random guys that are like a friend of a friend of a friend. And it's like,
Yeah, same. I'm like, I mean, I do check in on my Facebook, every so often or whatever, because a lot of people that I work with here in the community, Facebook is the preferred way to contact me. Like Discord Messenger, Facebook Messenger, sometimes email. It's a variation, but I have to check
Discord
Facebook
is
now and then for
mine.
that reason. But every time I do, like, I mean, it's not, Facebook isn't the same as the dating apps, but like, there's so often there's a message from a random person that will either be something roughly trans chasery or just a, hey, you're really pretty. You want to move to India and be my house girl? I'm like, I don't even know your name, my guy.
Yeah.
The fuck?
That's exactly
Yeah.
why, as far as social media goes, like, I'm on YouTube and I'm on Discord, is because I have some control over the people who are available to contact me, at least directly. So,
If I wasn't doing like this podcasting and communicating with you guys, I wouldn't have it, because I didn't have Facebook. My Facebook was off for like 2 years. But everybody was like, how do we contact you? So I kind of took my social media back on so I could
yeah.
communicate with people in the community.
I had
Other than that, it would be off.
The funny thing is, I had to shut mine down because my first husband was stalking me on it, but he got really, really good at saying, hey, I know you from X, Y, and Z, and basically outright lying about it, but being convincing enough that I would add him as a friend. And last time I checked, he had something, I have blocked like 14 accounts of his that he was using to spy on me through my Facebook, so I just stopped posting entirely. I'm just like, I'm done.
That's more than a little obsessive, but it's the women who are the heartless, controlling ones. Holy
There's
shit!
also the guy who walked out on a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old and has 8 kids now. All of that, he knows 3 of their names. 3.
Yeah,
It's
Like,
yeah.
this guy's a
something, I suppose.
douchebag.
Yep.
There's a reason why he was hitting on a 17-year-old, 18-year-old. Which I wish I would have realized that sooner.
So yeah,
But hey,
we don't,
like I said, I
know.
don't regret it because I got my boys out of it, and my boys are everything to me. But other
Yeah,
than
I
that,
understand. You are speaking to the choir. I don't say it like that, but you are. I really understand.
Yeah,
I would have kept on
very much
going
get
when he approached me.
the video I'm currently working on, that apologists, presuppositional apologists, 30 questions for atheists. One of the things is, if you don't believe in God, then who are you grateful for the good things in your life? And I lift off a few things that are from people and from others. And I'm like, I'm even grateful to people who have hurt me sometimes. For example, I'm grateful to my rapists for my children. And if your God was behind the plan for that, fuck him.
That's what I'm saying. Thank God for the good stuff, but look at all the bad stuff that happened to me. Do I, you know?
I mean, I wouldn't change nearly anything that's happened in my life simply because of the fact that it's made me who I am today. Like, I don't know how much different I would be if I didn't go through that. I know I wouldn't be as independent and strong-willed as I am now. I mean, good luck getting me to do something I don't want to do. It ain't gonna happen. I'm about as stubborn as you can get. But yeah, I mean, there's
what might have been is a really difficult proposition for a trans person, because like I know if I would have had access as a teenager, I absolutely would have started. I would have started HRT as a teen. I would have gotten surgery like the day I turned 18, etc., etc. Turns out my situation's a little more complex than that, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, if the information had been available, if the adults in my life hadn't lied to me and said that humans can't do that, I would have. And then my life would have taken a vastly different trajectory. I know I would have done it, but I don't know how my life would have gone. I can't even like imagine reasonably what it might have looked like. Because I mean, I definitely wouldn't have my children. And I'm not saying I regret that I have my children, but my life would be vastly different. It's wild.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one of the reasons with me, like, I almost never get caught up in like the counterfactuals of what would have happened if X, Y, and Z. Just because, like, you can't really know, and it can't happen, so there's not a whole bunch of point in just like wasting time and energy reminiscing about something that never happens for me. So it's like I've had people ask, like, well, what happened if you didn't marry your first husband? Like, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. I don't know how my life would have turned out, and I haven't really thought about it because it turned out the way it did. I've got my boys. I'm happy. Okay.
Being happy now is definitely a better outcome. But I mean, that's the difference between a comedy and a tragedy, right? Is like where you stop telling the story. And while we can grow from the harms done to us, that doesn't mean that's the only way to achieve that growth, nor should we necessarily have to have grown in those ways. Like, it's wonderful that we're strong and resilient, but better looking back with care towards our past selves. I still wouldn't wish those things on our past selves. They shouldn't have had to go through those things, Oh, well, let me catch up a little bit here. Jester sends a $2 super chat. Thank you, Jester. And says, beta fish are the one true alpha. I had a beta fish. I named him Hubble. Of course I did.
That's
and
cute.
It was the only time I have legit witnessed an actual supernatural resurrection. Because, I mean, he was a delightful purple beta fish. And he did his thing, being glorious and magnificent and whatnot. And one early spring, we had a tremendous ice storm, and it knocked the power out in the entire county for 7 days, and it stayed below freezing that whole time. It was awful. And so I had to take the kids and go seek refuge at someone else's house until the power was back on and we could reheat our house. And for whatever reason, maybe I'd only thought it would be maybe a day or something, but I hadn't brought the fish. And when I came back, his bowl was frozen completely solid all the way through. And I was like,
oh, God.
Well, fuck. My fish is dead. And he's been frozen for I don't know how many days, right? And then we turned the heat back on, and the power came on, and I couldn't like dispose of his corpse because it was one of those bowls that tapers at the top, so the ice block inside could not come out. So I'm like, this is awful. But the heat comes back on, the water thaws, and then he just turns back on. He starts swimming again, and I'm like, is that a zombie fish? I think it might be a zombie fish. Like it was frozen solid, and he just woke back up.
I would have put a little headstone at the bottom.
Now, to be clear, I don't think that was actually a miracle. I think he like did some kind of hibernation state or something, but it was still fucking so weird. Oh, goodness. But thank you, Jester. Another one from Jester, $5. Thank you so much. Says, in fairness, Facebook suggests women to me as friends for no reason. I got one for a youth who was writing in an Asian script yesterday. It's creepy. That's weird. Like, Facebook will suggest friends, but it's usually friends of friends or people with common interests. Like they like the atheist experience or something, like, and Facebook's like, hey, you both like the same thing. Maybe y'all can be friends. Y'all can hook up. Yeah. It's wild that Facebook will shove friends in your face, but as soon as you click accept, you never see their posts. Like, you have to go to their page to see like, you only see the posts of maybe 20 or 30 friends. Facebook wants you to have as many friends as possible so that you have maximum engagement with the platform. You're constantly scrolling, checking in with your friends, but it only shows you 20 or 30 friends.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Counterproductive and pisses me off because it works the other way too, right? Like, only maybe 20 of my friends ever see my posts. Ever. And I'm like, why am I bothering to post here? Which is one of the reasons I don't post there very often. I do digress. Tangents. People come here for the tangents. And reminder,
tangents.
If you come here for the tangents, well, we've got some merch for you. I'm not going to do a big old detour today because time is a thing, but I will remind y'all that we do have I just come here for the tangent in t-shirt form, in hoodies, in stickers, all sorts of things on the Ember store, which may be visible here on YouTube, but is definitely to be found on betterthanember.com, along with links to all the other stuff I do, as well as links to the other hosts and science links. And there's so much stuff up there. Go visit the damn website after the show.
And I can vouch that the shirts and the hoodies are very comfortable. I wear mine all the time. So I've had like 2 people ask me where I got it too.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's the hoodies come in different colors, but the t-shirt is purple because of course it is.
Royalty.
That's right.
Yeah, I have the blue. I have the blue hoodie, which is funny because I would normally go with like black or gray, but I decided to go with blue because I don't have a blue one. And I was just like, that looks good.
I'm told I look good in blue.
You do look good in blue.
I mean, purple's my favorite, of course, but like, I mean, honestly, I'm trying to go for like every time I wear a color, people are like, wow, you look really good in that color. I kind of want to do all the colors and be like, I guess I'm the trans girl Saruman. I'm all the colors.
All the colors.
Yeah. I do want to live in a giant tower. Like, not because it's phallic, but because of the view from the top of the tower.
Ooh.
Look at divorce courts, where commitment is rewarded with financial ruin.
Yes, that's how that works.
Yeah.
We're splitting up because I'm so committed, and you're rewarded with financial ruin. Now, in fairness, a lot of divorces result in bankruptcies, but that's because there was a financial issue behind the divorce. It happens quite a lot.
And,
like,
I
it's
mean,
not
that's not even true because in both both of mine. First time, nothing was actually in our names. My car was actually my dad's name, which is pretty much the only thing of value I even had. So he had no claim to it anyway. And my second marriage, we basically agreed to just separate with the stuff I'm in with and split everything we got in between. Like there was no financial issues whatsoever with either one of them. These guys like this just want to, it literally just wants someone to blame for every fucking problem they have ever gotten themselves into to say it's not their fault.
Well, it's also vogue to hate the women. It's the women's fault. It's not you. It's the women. They're tricking you. They're manipulating you. But the fucked up thing is this language itself is manipulative. It is there to trick you. It's stuff that is obviously false, but it's meant to connect with the emotions because men are very fucking emotional, and you make you believe you're being hurt. And I'm here to help you. Buy my DVDs. You know? I will save you from the horrible women or something. But it's just manipulation. It's just meant to create an emotional engagement, make you think with your emotions instead of your reason.
Look at history, where kings died for mistresses who betrayed them. The pattern.
That you know, every king, all of them, they all died for mistresses who betrayed them. Now, in fairness, there are kings who died because their mistresses betrayed them, but that's not the same thing. Like, literally, no one has ever died, ever, in all of recorded history, not even for a queen, but for a mistress. No, that has never happened. Kings will go out of their way to be like, you're inconvenient now, bitch. I'm declaring divorce legal. But no, it doesn't.
You
No.
don't. Yeah. Even England and France and everywhere else, you don't have to marry with him. Like, it's not going to hurt any of you. Just sleep with the king. Like, being the king's side piece was usually, especially in like France, was like and it was an honor and all this crap to basically be the king's mistress. He had a wife for official purposes and a wife.
Did you ever see the new Doctor Who episode with Madame du Pompadour?
Yeah.
Did you get unreasonably excited when you figured out who the episode was about?
Yes. Yeah, I did.
I did it so often. I'm like, every time they'd bring up a historical figure, like, oh, when they did the Agatha Christie one, and like, Vincent, of course, everybody felt the Vincent.
Love the Vincent. I love the Vincent
But-
episode. I love the end of that one. And it's just because, like, I there's several paintings by Van Gogh that I just absolutely love. And so it was really cool to see him in, it was really cool to see him in Doctor Who. I love it when they do that, when they bring in, like, actual historical figures.
I fucking loved Van Gogh. Before I even knew anything about art, Starry Night spoke to me because it captures something real about the experience of looking at the night sky that isn't actually observable in the night sky.
Kip's collar is actually Starry Night. It's got Starry Night
I
on
have
it.
a Starry Night dress, which you may be aware of. I don't wear it like super often because it's super memorable and I don't want to like repeat my clothes. I don't have many clothes, folks. I am very poor and I cannot afford new clothes anymore at all. But I don't want to like look like I'm wearing the same thing every day. So I try to alternate them. And the more memorable ones, unfortunately, come up less often because they're more memorable, you know?
I even have
So
some crafty stuff for my channel that has like Starry Night to do with it. That and then the Great Wave too, which I love that picture too. So, but
Yeah, there's a bunch of good ones.
Mhm.
But yeah, and
I'm
when I
not like
started to learn about art history, the thing with the ear, I there's so many layers to the man as a human being, because like I kind of understood. I was a teenager at the time, and I struggled with mental health and like severe emotional dysregulation. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I feel for this man. Like things get hard, even things that to anyone else would just be like water off a duck's back can be like a fucking stab in the heart. Like I get it. But then, as things go on and things change, like as many of you know, one of the many medical things that I do not have access to, I have ear infections. I have had ongoing ear infections for fucking months, and I can't afford the copays to go see doctors to tell me it's something ridiculous like a sinus infection on the outside of my ear. I can't afford that anymore. And so they've just been untreated for months, and my ears hurt all the fucking time. But that's not the point. I'm not going to cry about that. I bring it up because I look at Van Gogh's self-portrait today and I'm like, I understand why he cut his fucking ears off. I really do. I'm getting all fucking worked up today. Let's go on it.
You're so proud of you.
Doesn't change because the biology doesn't change. Most men believe love is mutual, that if they sacrifice enough, care enough, prove their worth, they'll be rewarded.
That's the problem. That's exactly the problem, is they see it as transactional. They think if I just do enough, then I will be accepted and deemed worthy. That's not how that works, guys. That isn't. When someone
This
loves
is
you,
really
they love
funny
you
though.
for you, not because you've bought their allegiance. And if you're doing nice things to buy their loyalty, then you don't deserve their loyalty because you think they're the kind of person who can be bought. Just love people for people. Love them for who they are, and they'll love you back. Fucking hell. Don't listen to assholes like these, especially the AI-driven ones. Fucking hell. Ryan asks, have I tried candling? I have not, because my understanding is it's bullshit pseudoscience. But I don't actually know that much about it.
Say.
I don't think
That's
it would
what
help.
they say.
Yeah. That's what she said. She's
That's what they
joking
say,
though.
though.
Oh, okay.
She said joking. That's what the JK means.
Okay. I'm like, I don't get how burning wax would like cure infections. I don't know. But that's why I haven't worn headphones in ages. I can't. My ears hurt all the time. It's not the only thing that hurts all the time either, but like the video I showed earlier, when I say very abridged, that's what I mean. I can't even bring up all this extra stuff that's tangentially related, but is technically a different thing. I mean, that thing's 4 minutes long. I couldn't bring up the attack in January. I couldn't bring up anything with the baby. I couldn't bring up, like, there's so many other things going on that are related, but not directly part of that incident. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to stop talking about it. I need to stop talking about it because I'm going to get very upset.
But Schopenhauer warned, to be loved, one must not be just, but clever. Women don't fall for nice. They fall for strength, not just physical, but
No.
This is really pissing me off.
Okay, I'll let him finish the sentence.
social, financial, psychological.
No, none of those. None of those. Women do fall for nice, but women do like strength. It's not necessarily a requirement, but it's nice to see. But it's not social strength, financial strength, psychological to an extent, insofar as it would be nice to have some fucking emotional maturity. But I digress. Like, that's no. Like, this AI voice is quoting the version of Schopenhauer, whatever. No, That's not based on observation because it's not fucking true. You know? Ryan asks, do you have, what does that say? TMJ?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. What
I
is a
don't either.
TMJ? Is it like a PBJ? Is it a sandwich? I get excited about sandwiches. You may have noticed. Jester sends $2. Thank you, Jester. And says, Paul Gauguin might actually be who cut Van's ear. He got into a fight with another painter? I have never, ever heard about that.
I think I have.
I mean, maybe
I know it
Jester's just
happened with
fucking with me
Michelangelo
because he is a
in Da
jester and he
Vinci.
does that.
Or Da Vinci. Speaking of Van Gogh, I don't know if you guys saw this, but this is also part of the Stitch book that I'm doing. But yeah, there's story night for it. And I've got the Mona
yay.
Lisa and a couple others on there.
Starry night. Oh, I love it. It's like
That's
cool art,
cool.
kind of.
Is
Yeah,
what Joe
like
just said.
that's exactly what
aunt said.
I saw on there, and that because I'm really bad about going on Pinterest and just like pinning everything that I like. And I kept seeing these pop up when I was looking for embroidery stuff, and I was just like, you know what, I'm going to do that. And that's pretty much my first attempt at cross stitch, and I'm actually doing okay with it, so I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, it looks good to me.
Thank you.
Little of all trades. I have no
I'm
trade.
nowhere near like professional grade, but it turned out better than I thought it would.
Yeah, it looked good to me. Better than what I would have did.
All right. Google says that Van Gogh's ear occurred after a heated argument with Paul Gauguin, and Van Gogh wrapped the severed part, all the things. So maybe it was part of the fight. Maybe it was a result of the fight. But yeah, maybe that's a thing.
Was it a Mike Tyson thing?
Listen here, Holyfield. Nom, nom, nom. Why do I know that? Oh, goodness. Temporomandibular joint pain. I'm not familiar with that one.
Until proven otherwise, I'm going to say that the Van Gogh was a Mike Tyson event.
Maybe. Pain in the jaw joint and the muscles that control jaw movement. Not weirdly, that's one of the areas that doesn't especially hurt. Like I get see, the reason I wanted to look it up is because I'm like, are we talking like the jaw, or are we talking the muscles up here that control the jaw? Like which thing is the thing? But no, it's ears. It's the ears. It's in the ears, it's around the ears because it's been there for months untreated. But it's the ears. For the most part, the jaw is one of the parts of me that doesn't hurt all the time. Oh, adventures. Ryan, I dressed up last night because I'm not going to be on camera tonight. And I didn't feel it was appropriate to wear a costume in my little mini video. It just seemed weird. Apparently Gauguin was an accomplished swordsman, so he didn't even knife it. He was just like Hassan chop. It's just wow.
This is why the good guy finishes last.
So it was a classy Mike Tyson.
Oh wow. He said the thing.
Yeah, like what? Of course. I mean, that's their motto.
Yeah, don't even bother being nice. It's all see. That's why I said this is like incel stuff, because it's very clearly incel coded. They're trying to invoke Schopenhauer to justify the bullshit they already believe. That's what this is. That's all this is. And even though we didn't get very far in the video, I'm glad we got far enough to make that evident. Yikes.
Not because he's unworthy, but because he misunderstands the game. He
The
thinks
game.
love is earned through service.
Technically,
Prostitution?
technically, that is a misunderstanding. It is not true that love is earned through service because it's not fucking transactional. You don't buy it. You don't, I mean, well, you can buy it, but that's a different website. It has to be freely given because a person wants to. The same way it works for you as a man. Fuck.
Women, by instinct, are drawn to men who don't need to serve. Ever noticed how women lose interest once they've secured a man?
No, I haven't
You
actually.
hate women. Just say it, AI. You hate women. Just say it.
I mean, these
okay,
guys.
another great example. Lesbians, right? Like if all women work the same, then lesbians should not be able to date because they're both doing the woman thing at the other woman at the same time. And it doesn't work. And yet lesbians exist.
Like, incels like this are the most miserable fucking people on the face of the planet. I swear to God. Like, they're just. Ugh. I don't
I'll never be
understand.
good enough. I'll never be alpha enough. And that's why I hate women because they love wrong. Oh no.
How the chase reverses.
My boy voice just isn't the same as it used to be.
Schopenhauer called it the tragedy of possession. The thrill isn't in having, it's in conquering.
Ironically, I hear a lot of men talk like that about women. Again, I won't say it's all men the way they'll say it's all women. But when I hear talk like that, it's men saying it.
I'll take the bear.
Once the conquest is over, biology moves on.
No, no, no. That's not biology. That's being a dick. Like biology, if you want to get into our heredity, our instincts, our programming at the biological level, how we behave as a species, biology says produce offspring and then stick around to care for them and ensure they grow up healthy.
Yeah.
That's biology. Running off to go find somebody else to fuck, that's being a fuck boy.
That's why men who cling too hard, who make her the center of their world, inevitably watch her walk away. But
this is not an either or. This is a false dichotomy. We do like to see loyalty, commitment, devotion, but most importantly, not those things as offering sacrifices, but as a natural consequence of wanting to spend time with us as people. The other way works, though. If you are like made of clingy, it's probably gonna make a woman uncomfortable.
Yeah.
We don't really like, I mean, yes, there are trad wives, but most of us don't like to be owned and possessed and controlled. We want to be valued and respected as people.
Yeah.
So the super clinginess, it's not only controlling, but it also denotes a profound insecurity. I have to cling to you constantly because I can't trust you because I feel like I'm inadequate. You're going to leave me the second you're by yourself for a better man, a higher value alpha or subject. No,
I mean,
stop it.
A human being is not like it so reminded me of like when I was job hunting a few years ago. That was like, okay, I'll take anything regardless of whether it's in my field or not. And I was having problems getting hired anywhere because a lot of them would look at my credentials and be like, the second you find something better, you're gone. And I can't necessarily fault them for that because they were right. The second I got something in my field, I was gone and going to that job. But that's not how people work.
Right. That's not the priority in an employment relationship. You're only there because you need money. If it weren't for money, you wouldn't have applied in the first place. So it's not, we're a family here. Yeah, that's not why we're here, though.
Well, sometimes it's for the love of the job, but not that many people have that capability to be able to do that. So
Yeah, I get that. Like in my case, this is my job now, effectively. You know, I put in a ton of time, but I was doing this even when I had another job because
Yeah.
I love spending time with you folks, the community, and the crazy shit we get up to. Sometimes it's debunking AI, red pill, whatever the fuck nonsense. But other times it's other silly things. And I know. I've heard the whispers. I haven't done as much counter apologetics lately. I'm working on a video for that. And there will be more videos in the rotation. I schedule these a ways out, and I don't have much time to do the scheduling. So it's whenever I find something interesting, I add it to the schedule. I'm not specifically looking for debunking religion.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's hard to find interesting ones because as you all know, apologetics is just repeating the same
we've heard the
1,000-year-old
same
shit over and over. There are no new ideas. So it's hard to find something fun.
And on that note, one thing that amazes me is like, yes, it's the same shit over and over and over, but it's amazing how many people think, no, I've got an argument you've never heard before. They tell you the argument, and it's like, I debunked that last week.
I know. That's another thing that bothers the fuck out of me. That age of ignorance. Like, we go out of our way to try to learn about everything, and especially what the other side has to say. They never leave their damn echo chambers. Every day there's another person who's like, well, have you considered to look at the trees? Or where did the universe come from then?
And they always think they are going to be the ones to convince you. And it's like, no, dude, you're just some jackass that happened to go to Catholic school, whereas I've actually read the Bible in the last couple of years. When's the last time you picked up one?
Tis an oof, I dare say. But we do have good stuff coming up.
Yes.
Very good.
Fundraiser tonight, first of all, linked at the top of the chat. Tomorrow, who the fuck knows what's going to happen? But one thing for sure, new debate review. We're on Mark Reed's channel this week, so make sure you join us over there. And then we'll be back here the following week, Saturday evenings. Sunday, possibly the final Sunday show, at least for a while. We'll see. I'm doing something special that people who've been around for a while may expect at this point, since it's my third Halloween on YouTube, and I always do the same thing. But I'll just leave the teaser out there for people who don't know. Mwahahaha. So join me for that. And of course, next week, I should have had this pulled up. I'm back
If
at my job.
you guys are not here on Friday, I am going to come haunt you.
Oh yeah, that's the one out there.
Okay. Monday. What? I can't read on this fucking monitor. Goodness. Secret desires, kinks and things. Spicy Monday. Tuesday, Halloween history. Wednesday, diabolical influence on modern Halloween. Thursday, goth girls. We've been doing on Thursdays. We've been doing like the girls gathering and talking about things of like a morning chat kind of thing, and I've been enjoying those. And then Halloween itself. It's a very Halloween themed week. Halloween itself. Dark Mother. We're doing the Lilith. But not that way, because that's a different website. Oh goodness. And then there's more stuff. I mean, I'm scheduled weeks in advance. But we will have, like, first of all, the demonic influence is going to be a little Christian related, and then the following week we'll have more Christian stuff coming up. It'll be interesting, it'll be fun, it'll be very Halloween flavored. I hope you join us. Before we go, I have to do, there is another super chat before I even get to the, okay. Lawrence from the Behold Network sends $5. Thank you, Lawrence. And says, they never listen or learn. I will literally link people to a video I made about their apologetic, and they still want me to respond to their point. It's because they don't look. They don't want to look anything up. They've convinced themselves they're right, and therefore you have nothing to say. So why would they care what you have to say? It's the stupid. It burns. It's wow, my eyes, my eyes. All right. Lil sent $2, saying early super chat yesterday. Take that, spooky. Thank you, Lil. Jester sent $2 and said beta fish are the one true alpha, and apparently the omega also. And thank you. And also $5 saying, in fairness, Facebook suggests women to me as friends for no reason. I got one for a youth who was writing in an Asian script yesterday. It's creepy. And a $2 saying Paul Gauguin might actually be who cut Van Gogh's ear, which led us down a fascinating history trail.
Mike Tyson.
So thank you for that. Thank you very, very much, Jester. You're always such a big supporter of the show, and I very much appreciate it. And Lawrence sent $5 saying they never listen or learn. I will literally link people to a video I made about their apologetic, and they still want me to respond to their point, which is frustrating as hell. It's an oof. But thank you all so much. As I've mentioned a couple of times this show, that this is my only source of income right now, and I very much appreciate all the things. It's been a hard show, but I'm so glad you all were here for it. And hopefully we covered some interesting stuff, maybe even learned some things too. I hope you did. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I know I did, to the extent that I could. And thank you, folks, Lil and Kelly, for being here. It's always a better show when y'all are here to share it with me. And I appreciate you.
Thank you for being in my life as well.
Same here.
You're
like the best thing that's happened to me this year. So
yeah, I say that. Yeah, I love you guys that's watching as well. You guys have really been great support for me.
I can't be happier that I found this community. I'm so glad I did.
And I'm glad right now in my life that it's a lot better, but it was a time in my life where I've been in the dark path and I didn't want to live another day. So for me to be here to help somebody else, even in a little way, I'm glad to be here. Because I know I don't know you that long, but I do have much love for you.
Same
Both of
here.
you guys.
Yay.
You know.
Yeah.
I wish I can hug you. So this is all I can do right now.
I might be in Detroit later this year. Might be.
Yeah, we do what we can. Until then, online will have to do. But yeah, let's get out of this dreariness. Let's get back into space.
Woohoo!
And take the fuck off. There we go. It takes it a minute sometimes. Thanks to all of you for being here. It means so much to me that you're part of this community. And like just being here, but I've said before, it means a lot to me that people actually want to spend time with me, because it's not a thing I've really experienced in my IRL life, and it really means a lot. As always, remember, see how I switch gear like that? I get emotional, and I just put the acting face on and go, it's been a rough life, folks. As always, remember, you don't have to make up bullshit excuses for your inadequacies and blame an entire gender because you don't measure up, because you are better than religion. We'll see you soon. Thanks to all our patrons and top-level members for September. Miranda, Karen Butcher, Jessica the Trans Metal Alchemist, Robin Webster, Maya Adkison, Jimmy Tux, Ian Chen, Malaysia, The Barely Bearable Atheist, Eric Wander, Jason Jacoby, Godless Engineer, Jester, Lil of All Trades, Deviant Outcast, and Kelly King, the Detroit Atheist Queen. And you can add your name here next month by signing up at patreon.com/betterthanember or by joining Emberships here on YouTube at the Cinder level, which also includes all the custom emojis, tons of member-exclusive content, member-only live streams, and a bunch of other stuff. I deeply appreciate all the supporters who keep this channel going. Thank you all so much. Because of you, we're building a wonderful community that I'm very proud of.
When I just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now.